everyone, we are here with StoryHive On Location Edmonton in Edmonton at Cheery Cat.
These episodes are made possible with StoryHive, funded through TELUS, so let's go check it out. Hey everyone, welcome back. Here we are today speaking with Angela Durant, the owner of Cheery Cat.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for having us. We are super excited to be here and surrounded by all the cuteness that is these kittens and cats. So we can start with you just telling us a bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm Angela and I am a huge cat lover. As you can see, I built an entire palace just for the kitties.
So for folks who don't know, what is Cheery Cat?
Yeah, Cheery Cat started 2.5 years ago as a specialty cat boutique and cat palace. So this area that we're sitting here is a cat visitation lounge. You can come visit by the half hour or the hour. And if you fall in love, all of the kitties are adoptable. So for the last 2.5 years, we did partner with a rescue partner. And now we've taken the leap to launch our own rescue. So all the kitties that you see running around here is part of Cheery Cat Rescue.
Oh, wow. And what was the inspiration for opening this cat palace, the specialty cat boutique, and the rescue now?
Yeah, so there's a photo of Nori up here. She's one of my cats and she battled FIP, which was once a fatal disease. And from that journey, I really connected with the cat community and wanted to support the cat community a lot more. So building this place, I wanted a place that was a safe environment that people can come and connect with cats, and also just a place that's just for cats. You know, when you go to pet stores, you see a lot of other animal items, but cats have a very small section typically. So we really wanted to build on that and have a place where cat lovers can connect.
Oh, and that's so beautiful. You were mentioning off camera as well. It's a wonderful space for folks to test out allergies and have the experience with cats as well.
Yes, absolutely. So there are people who have either never been around cats and are curious if they're allergic to cats. There's also people that are anxious around animals and cats in particular. So this is a great space where it's a soothing environment. We usually have spa music in the background as well. And you get to come in, you get to meet a lot of these kitties and, you know, see how you feel about them, because of course adoption is a huge decision. And this is a great space for you to meet the cats, and because they're all adoptable, if you do fall in love with one, that, you know, they always say cats choose you, you don't choose them. So it's a great place for the cats to actually come to you.
For the rescue, what does that look like, I guess, in the addition to the options that you already or have already offered?
So up to the point before we launched our own rescue, we supported the adoption of over 170 cats. And now we get to be directly involved in their adoption process. We get to be involved in the foster process as well. So we're completely volunteer and foster run. And what that means is every cat that we intake, they start at a foster home first. So as you can imagine, you know, we don't take cats off of the streets and put them right into the palace for a lot of different reasons. So first is there is a quarantine period and a period that we want to make sure that medically and behaviorally they're ready for the palace. Not all cats come to the palace, so they do start at the foster home first. And once we assess that they're ready for a public space like this, that they're constantly around people, around other cats, that's the time that we bring them in here for the adoption. The ones that stay at the foster home is part of our Cheery at Home program, and they get they get adopted directly from their foster home.
And Cheery Cat, how did you, I believe it's actually on your website, so
Yeah.
I read the answer already, but I'm going to ask you for folks who haven't.
Yes.
How did you come up with the name Cheery Cat?
Yeah, so Mochi and Nori, I combined both of their names. So if you add chi with ri, it comes out as cheery. And it really became part of our brand because a lot of what we do here in the heart of it is that we want to give cats a cheerier life. And our tagline, Cheery Cat, Cheery Life, falls right within that.
So cute. Oh, I love that so much. The rescue, you were explaining that process to us. How has that been for you, kind of going from just the palace and like a storefront to now really being involved in where the cats started and where they go to?
Thanks for asking me. That really lights me up because my passion is really to directly support cats, and everybody that used to work at Cheery, that still works at Cheery, they all have volunteered, you know, with another cat organization, and they're really passionate about the rescue work. And so it's been amazing to see people that we work with now come on board as a volunteer at Cheery Cat Rescue and be able to support and deliver the rescue work.
For people who may not have been involved before, but really want to get involved in this world, how could they get involved with Cheery Cat?
Yes, absolutely. We're always looking to grow our community. We're always looking for volunteers. We're looking for fosters. We're always in an urgent need for fosters because without fosters, we cannot do what we do. Like I mentioned, the cats do start at the foster home first. It is such a critical and important role. Volunteers as well. We run a lot of events. We do a lot of community engagement, and having volunteers to help support that process is important. So if anyone is interested, on our website, we do have a volunteer and foster application.
For fosters, what does that, I guess, look like? It might sound like a silly question. I know you foster the cat,
Yes,
but what
course.
does that requirement kind of entail?
Yes, it's really starting with wanting to open up your home and being open to that. We provide all of the support from the vet care to the food, the supplies. We provide everything for you, and we also have our volunteer support group that supports that process so that they're feeling fully comfortable and equipped to be able to take on that challenge.
So that's really fun. It's like the perks, I guess, of having a cat, but you don't have to fully commit in that sense of
Yes.
they won't be with you forever, which I think would be the hardest part, probably, giving
Yes.
them up at the end.
Absolutely. And some fosters actually find their forever cat by
Aw.
going through this process.
We're here in the palace, as you'd mentioned before. For folks who are just coming in, what are some things that you think they should know or bring in order to have the best experience possible here?
Just bring yourself in an open heart. So whether you're looking to adopt or just spending some time with the kitties, cats are just like humans. They have their own personalities. They sometimes run around, they sometimes nap, they play. They're kind of on their own agenda. So just being open to that.
Totally. And outside of the Cat Palace here, we have the specialty boutique that you offer as well. What are some things that folks could find there?
Yeah, we have lots of specialty items that we make in-house. One of our most popular items is our catnip baguette. Those are hand sewn by our team. We also have a number of like stickers, enamel pins, greeting cards. Those are all hand drawn. My background is a graphic designer, and so the illustrations are actually hand drawn. So those are unique, one of a kind items. We also have specialty food here. We have lots of toys. We have clothing items for your cat. So anything that is specialized for your cats, we have.
So your background's in graphic design, and what was the, or I guess, maybe what caused that pivot from graphic design to now owning, Cheery Cat Rescue, Cheery Cat Boutique, and having the palace here as well?
Yeah, it's a bit of a long answer, so I'm going to try to keep it short. But I did start my career as a graphic designer, and from there, I really wanted to develop my own brands. And so I always tell people that I have businesses and the best things in life, which is food, flowers, and cats. I have a restaurant group called Splash Poke, and then I started a flower studio, and then now Cheery Cat. So each of the brands, what was important for me is to bring something to life. And so taking that graphic design background and being able to create a brand, really visualize it, and then seeing it come to life, is a really beautiful thing for me. And with the cat rescue, it really is something that kind of comes from the heart because of what I experienced with Nori. So it's, really beautiful to kind of bring what, I know how to do and have it, to see it come to life.
You mentioned before, though, to us, again, off camera, being able to clear space for private events. What do those events look like that people can have?
We rent out our space by the hour. So the palace, you can rent all to yourself for you and your group. We also have the front space, like you mentioned, that we clear off that you can have your birthday parties here or any type of event. We fit up to 12 people at the front, and you can bring in your own food, and you have activities that you can enjoy. We host the activities, or you can bring in your own activities as well.
And what kind of activities are you able to host?
For kids' birthdays, it's really fun because we have a cat plushie adoption. So you can adopt a cat plushie and name it. We brought that in because there's a lot of kids that come to the palace that fall in love with an animal here, and they really want to take the cat home. And so it's a great way for the parent to start with the plushie first. They can name the plushie, and then through the experience of what we do at the workshops at the events, they can build it a collar, they can choose clothes for it.
Oh my goodness, the responsibility of having the cat without the actual, I guess, importance of a real animal running through your home. You talked about your passion for cats a bit earlier on. Is that passion, I guess, the most rewarding part of the work that you kind of do here, or?
Absolutely, and it's all of the people that I've had the opportunity to meet during this journey. All of the fosters and volunteers, the way that they open up their hearts to caring for these cats and connecting with the community has been very heartwarming for me.
And for people who want to foster or adopt, we'll talk a bit more about the adoption process a bit later on. But is that something that general information, I guess, can be found kind of on your website?
Yes, everything can be found on our website, and all of the cats that are adoptable are on the website as well. We're also quite active on our social media, and so you're able to find all the adoptable cats on our social media. We do a lot of fun videos so you can get to know the kitties there too.
Aw, I'm excited to get to know the kitties when we move over there. Sorry, there. Oh, those two look so similar.
They do. So Ruby's a little bit thinner, I would say.
Oh, yes,
Munchie's a little fuller.
Yes, and Ruby has the black actually here too as well. I didn't notice that before.
This is... Who are you? Hello. This is Meadow.
Hi, Meadow.
Interesting story about Meadow. Meadow came to us. Okay. Meadow doesn't want to share the story.
I was like, don't talk about me on camera. I'm nervous.
She's so funny.
Can we hear the story?
Yes, of course. So Meadow is one of the cats that came to us from an overwhelmed home of over 40 cats.
Oh my goodness.
So we intook about 30 some cats from that home.
Wow.
So there's lots of siblings there.
Is that, I guess, probably all the cats from the litter, or why did they how'd they get so many cats? Yes? Okay.
This is a great thing to share and spread awareness on, is the importance of spaying and neutering your cats. It can really multiply quickly, as you can imagine. So you start with just a few that aren't spayed and neutered, and they multiply with each other, and pretty soon you have 50 cats.
But don't worry, Cheery Cat is always here to take those extra cats off your hands. You've grown so much in just 2.5 years now, opening a rescue. Where do you hope to kind of go from here? Let's say in the next 5 years, where are you hoping to see Cheery Cat?
Life is so unpredictable. We really are just loving exactly what we're doing. So if we can continue to do this in 5 years, I would be very happy.
They're so cute. I can't get over how they can maneuver their bodies. Like, I am just like, so sorry, getting so distracted just seeing them. And they're like, I am not that flexible. I can't jump that far, but they are just like everywhere. Like, it's incredible. Really, really incredible. If you could hypothetically bundle up the palace and take it anywhere in the world, where would you want to take it to?
That is a great question. I love traveling and I love everywhere that I've been, but I do think my heart is in Edmonton and supporting the Edmonton cat community.
Aw, that's beautiful. And this question I hadn't sent you before, so if you don't have an answer, that's okay. But if you were a cat, what, I guess, breed or type of cat do you think you would be?
Probably a Siberian, because I have 2 Siberians. They do have some dog-like characteristics.
Oh, okay.
They do, how should I say this? They learn tricks, and I've taught them tricks over time. So they're fun in that way, but they also, have their own personalities just like any other cat.
Gotcha. Is Max a Siberian, the one he can open the door, right, you said?
No, so Max is a short hair. Where is he? He's over there. But he's a domestic short hair.
Ah, okay. I just thought because you said tricks, and I was like, I feel like opening the door is a really cool party trick.
That is. Mochi can also open the door.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we actually took off our door handles on certain doors so that she couldn't get in.
Oh, that's so funny. Got to baby-proof the house kind of thing,
Yes,
but cat-proof it instead.
Yeah. It's amazing how many things that cats can get into.
Oh my goodness, I know. I was staying with friends who have cats when I visited Toronto, and in their kitchen they have like some open cupboards, and so you'd go to pull out a bowl and their cat would be in there, and it's like, oh, hey, there you are. So funny.
They're very creative.
Yes, they are, and just, again, I'm just in awe of their intelligence and their way that they can kind of maneuver their body into any which space that they're like, I want to go here. I'm going to make myself fit.
Yeah.
What a great mentality. They're like, this space was built for me. So they just take it.
Yeah, because cats rule the world.
Oh, yeah. And then this is the last question I'll ask you here, but what would you say is the best piece of advice you've received throughout your life?
As it relates to cats, I would say spaying and neutering your cat. The importance of that.
Yes, very important. And then I guess in a broader term, not necessarily specific to cats, what would you say?
Kindness. Yeah, to not give up on kindness. I think there's a lot of things in the world that jade you each day, and just reminding yourself to be kind, because we're only on this earth for a certain time.
Perfect. Well, great. Thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you, Bridget.
So if I was a potential adopter coming into this space, what would that look like?
Somebody would come in, they would pay a fee to go in the back to meet the kitties. They might make a connection with the cat. They would then go home, fill out an application online on our website. We really want our potential adopters to fill out a very thorough application. There's a lot of questions. We would then look it over. If we decided to accept it, we would then call their references, our volunteers would, and we would do a virtual home check.
Can people fill out the application without having come in, or it's something that they need to come in first?
No, they can fill out the application first and then come in specifically to meet the cat that they have applied for.
Do you think we can head into the palace to meet some of the cats?
Yes, Bridget, let me show you the palace.
Let's go.
We usually have 6 to 12. Right now we have 14. We also show the bonded pairs. So Ladybug and Cricket up here are bonded, so they do need to be adopted together. And then we also have ones pending adoption. So all the ones down here are pending adoption, including Max, the escape artist.
Oh, wow. There's so many. They're so cute. Let's go meet them.
All right.
You'll all see why I was so distracted during my interview.
I'm going to give you a little introduction.
Yes, please. I was going to guess,
Okay.
but I actually don't know.
All right. So that's Ruben.
Hi, Ruben. Nice to meet you.
We have Clover over here.
Hello, Clover.
And Munchie sleeping away. Oh, Munch. We have April.
Hello, April.
April and Clover are siblings that came to us from the same home.
Oh.
And this little girl, she's one of 2 of our very first 2 Cheery Cat rescue cats. So this is Cricket. And Cricket's sister, Ladybug, looks just like her. You're not going to miss her, so we'll find her. Oh, yes, she is sleeping in there, just hiding out. This is Dagwood. Dagwood is one of the sandwich kitties as well.
Hello.
Dagwood. Gonna say hi? Oh, no, you don't want to say hi. Nope. And this is Matcha.
Hi, Matcha.
This is a little Breakfast. Breakfast is another sandwich kitty. And up here, we have Latte.
Oh, hi, Latte.
Cheese is down there, just burying his head in the rug.
Me too, Cheese. Me too.
April is in the crate there.
Sorry.
And then we also have Max that just jumped in. And Max is the one that knows how to open doors.
He's the escape artist. So for a potential adopter, they would just get to come in and could just kind of hang out with the cats, pet them.
Come in, you can just sit down, relax, see what cats come to you. You can go and pet any of them as well. If they're feeling playful, they'll play with their toys. Matcha loves his purple ball, this purple pom-pom. So whoever is going to adopt Matcha, it will come with this purple pom-pom. Okay, Matcha, do you want to show them that how much you like this purple pom-pom?
Oh, Matcha's off.
And that's one of the benefits of adopting a cat from our palace, is that they are all very well socialized, as you can imagine. They're very experienced with people, with kids, with other cats, of course. So if you're adopting a cat from the palace, we call it bomb-proof. They're very just behaviorally stable.
Aw. For people who may not be very experienced with cats, when they come in, are there things that you think that they should expect or be, I guess, open to when coming in for maybe their first interaction kind of with cats?
We have a rule not to pick up the cats, and that's just because they're getting so many people visiting them through the day, and cats they do like their own space, like humans. We all have our own boundaries, so it's nice to not cross those boundaries with them.
Oh, absolutely. Is there an adoption story that you think really sticks out to you as one that you remember being super impactful?
Yes. This is one of very many stories that we have here, but I'll share a specific one. It was a gentleman and his son that came in, and they're both very anxious about adoption. They have high anxiety just around making that long-term commitment. And he was also worried about his son potentially having allergies. So again, great space for him to visit multiple times. The two of them have come in, with the mom actually, so I should say the three of them have come in multiple times to see the cats, see if the son has any allergies, ask all of the questions. And what's great is our team are very knowledgeable about cats and about the process. And so they're able to ask as many questions as possible, and we're there with them every step of the way.
That would be so reassuring for them, knowing that they are in great care with professionals who know every step of the way. And so that probably relieves pressure, I imagine, for them of having to maneuver through it kind of all on their own. So great job. This is such a lovely space. They have so much room to maneuver around and in through things and toys and entertainment. And I guess having, he's in the sink. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted. Or no, that's Ruby, isn't it?
That's Ruby.
Ruby,
Yeah.
she's in the sink. Oh, sorry, I'm getting so distracted. But I was going to say it, I think it's so nice because, you go to pet stores and then they're kind of locked in their little area. But this is such a large space for them to interact with other cats and kind of play in and roam around and experience things, which is so cute. If you had to leave folks with one thing about Cheery Cat, what would you want to leave them with?
That we have a space for the cat community to come and connect, a physical space. We have events all the time to, again, connect with the community. So I would say if you're a cat lover, please visit us, and all of the kitties are waiting for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hey everyone, we just finished up at Cheery Cat, and oh my goodness, the cheers, crazy. The cat's crazy. It was unbelievably cute, as you could tell from the amount of times I was distracted throughout the entire interview by the adorable cats.
They were so cute. It was such a clean space. The cats were so well behaved. I love animals. These cats were so cute, and they were having so much fun, and they all have their little personalities. There was this tiny little orange one that I was obsessed with, and if I didn't have a dog, maybe Cheese, the one that kept on sleeping, and oh my goodness, she was so cute. I was obsessed with her. I also think it's so important that what they're doing and just making sure that these cats have a proper place to stay and all the background checks they do. I think that unfortunately sometimes they were talking about it, but cats can get overlooked. So I think it's great to have a space like this, especially if you already have a cat and you know that your cat's good with other cats. You know that you're gonna go into the space and you're gonna find a cat that's able to kind of mingle and be with other cats. So I think that's a great opportunity as well. And you should, what is it? Adopt, don't shop. There's so many little cats out there, so you can
that's
pick
so
out.
cute.
Yeah, and they're so tiny too. Love them.
Yeah, so very cute, so very fun. Reiterating just the importance of it, as Rochelle already mentioned. And also, I just have to heed fact to the Adopt a Cat program that they have for kids with the stuffed animals.
Oh, so cute.
That warmed my heart so much. I think it's so cute, especially as someone who was a kid that wasn't allowed animals, the opportunity to adopt your own plush cat.
Yeah.
So cute. So really cute. And they have their whole specialty boutique. So there's everything you could possibly need.
Yeah.
They also, I don't know if we got a video of it in this episode, but I got it vertically, so you can check our Instagram. But they have pink lemonade and cat-shaped bottles.
I did get a little glimpse
Okay.
of it. Yeah.
So cute.
Yeah.
Such fun stuff, and such an amazing brand that Angela has built, and yeah, it's just really incredible. So
Check it out.
Check it out.
Hey, it's the Bird Bound Besties here.
Do you want to be a guest on our show?
If you have a story that's worth sharing with the community, feel free to scan the QR code at the end of this video to be a guest on our show or one of the other amazing On Location shows that are available within Alberta and BC. So if you want to be a guest, scan the QR code.